All right, Crossroad Qs, get ready to jump in the water to cool yourself off after taking a look at this. Let's take a trip together to Southern California, baby. This is a brand new, unchalked, unplayed Eddie Cohen custom Q. Eddie Cohen, of course, one of the best from out west. Eddie Cohen, of course, a student and protege that learned directly under the tutelage of the master himself, Mr. Ariel Carmelli. And you can see that the apple clearly didn't fall far from the tree. Eddie Cohen's work, of course, now speaks for itself. He's got his own style. His cues always have their own flair to them, but he does build very similar to Ariel in regard to his construction process. Eddie's cues are Eddie's cues, though, and they are extremely sought after. If you were to try to get a cue like this right now from Eddie Cohen, you're going to wait several years. The only way to really get a cue from him, if you are fortunate to get to the Super Billiards Expo before his booth sells out, and he never leaves with a single cue for good reason. What you have here is, I'm going to let you enjoy it for a moment while I explain it to you. This is a brand new Wrapless Eddie Cohen. Now, we like to call these slick handles, of course, at Crossroad Qs. That is a Gabon Ebony handle, Gabon Ebony points, very, very, very sharp, long and straight points, of course. And then he really tricked this one out with some special gun sights in between the points. You can see right there. And what you're looking at is a 58-inch cue, 4.4 veneer, and you've got notched diamonds in each point and a whole plethora of different inlays in the butt sleeve that we're going to get into in just a moment here. But what you have is curly maple, that is very hard curly maple up front. And then you have black, teal, and purple and natural veneers. Again, you have black, teal, purple, and natural veneers. Let me move down into the cue here. All the inlays are Elforyn and Paua shell. Paua shell, I was explaining in another video before, is also known, AKA, also known as abalone. Now this Paua shell, especially when you're dealing with Paua shell or abalone of this caliber, okay? And that stuff just glistens when you put it underneath the light, okay? I'm gonna give you a little bit better perspective on that in just a minute. Look at the Paua shell, okay? And then you've got the notched diamonds, then you've got the sights, okay? Look at this. That Paua shell is sourced from the South Islands of New Zealand. You couldn't even imagine what they have to go through in order to be able to get this stuff. But boy, oh boy, oh boy, when you put it in a cue, going into ebony specifically, it just really has a great look to it. There you go. There's a better perspective on it. You have a Tomahawk Joint, Tomahawk ferrules, Tomahawk butt cap on this cue. The specs are on the post. That is a 3/810 modified pin. Let me give you a little close-up on those beautiful veneers. Look at that. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I feel like there's somebody that's been stalking our page. You've been sitting in the backdrops of the page. You've been lurking back there waiting for that perfect slick-handled cue to come in. Well, I'll tell you this right now. It doesn't get much better than what you're looking at right here. Eddie Cohen's work is really, really, really good. It's really clean. And that playability speaks for itself. There's a reason why so many people all over, not just Southern California, not just the East Coast, not just the West Coast, but people internationally are making orders with Eddie. Eddie's cues play really, really good. He does core his cues, of course, as well. There is no natural material that would prevent us from shipping this cue anywhere on the globe. The best part about this particular deal right here, we are very, very, very fortunate to even have this cue unchalked and unplayed. Again, if you were to try to get your hands on one of these, you're going to wait for several years. and every single minute of that wait is going to be worthwhile. But if you want to get one right now without that wait, ready for immediate shipping, check us out, crossroadcues.com. We've got financing options available. We have a lot of cues, a lot of cases. Pay attention to this post. I will mark it sold as soon as it sells, and it will definitely sell fast. Eddie Cohen, slick handle, available at crossroadcues.com.